Hi. This is Coach World TV, and I'm Laurie Lawson. And obviously, we're going to have a good time tonight because Dawn started it out by laughing. Hey, my guest tonight is Dawn Trautman. And let's see, the list goes on. She's a coach, and she's an author, and she's an actor, and she's a nomad.
Urban nomad.
An urban nomad, and we're going to try to tell you all what that is. But first I want to tell you how Dawn ended up on the show, because I think it's kind of interesting. She had just written her book, Urban Nomad USA, yes, which we'll be talking about. And she posted that on Facebook and under our ICF Facebook page. And so I just went, wow, congratulations, your own book. And I was so excited. And we, just sort of emailed back and forth. Cool, cool. And then later, I'm meeting a friend uptown for lunch at a place I've never had lunch at before. And I get on the train to come home, and I hear somebody go, Laurie? And I went, yeah. And it was Dawn. And I went, oh my gosh, this is the same day. And I said, okay, you've got to be on my show. This is obviously what this is about. We've got to do something together. So here she is. We talked, this was in the summer, was it not?
Before the summer.
Spring. Yeah, it was, well, the show is popular, and we're booked all the time, so that's good. But so we are thrilled to finally have you on. And
thank you.
I don't even know where to start. I think I want to start with an urban nomad. And Dawn and I have decided that we have something in common, and we just discovered it tonight, and it was like, we've done some really crazy things in our lives that you just wouldn't think would come together.
Right.
And suddenly it's all coming together, and I told her I had the same feeling. It's like all that crazy stuff I did, it's working. I can work with it. So we're going to try to piece together all the crazy things she's done and tell you a little bit about it.
In only 30 minutes.
In 28 minutes.
28
not even.
minutes.
The challenge is even bigger than we thought. So the Urban Nomad USA, this you can find at Amazon, and you can also find it on her website. We're going to tell you the cool things she has on her website for you guys. But first, tell us, what is an urban nomad, and why are you a practicing urban nomad?
Practicing urban nomad. It's like a religious sect.
Yes, it sort of sounds like it might be, yes.
It is not a religion, but, and I kind of coined the term. I don't know that it's an official term, but I am a nomad, meaning 3 years ago, I gave up my apartment in New York City. It was in a very nice neighborhood. Gave it up because I was out of town more than I was in town, and it became really hard to find the subletters when I was coming and going and in and out. And so I do have a storage space in Manhattan, and I also have a legal address here, like
Which
a
she
mail.
may end up living in.
Yeah, I might. We'll see. It's pretty nice there, actually.
Actually, giving up an apartment in Manhattan? What?
Right. Yeah, I know. Who does that?
An urban nomad.
Right. Yes. So I am an urban nomad, meaning that I am all over the country, and I'm more often in cities. So that's why I said urban nomad. And when I'm here, I just sublet from other people. So I become the other side of the equation. Instead of subletting my place, I sublet from others, and I also cat sit and house sit and just do whatever I can to help people and have housing. So the reason I'm out of town a lot is because I travel with professional musical theater. So when there's a dinner theater or a show that travels around and comes to another town, I'm with them, and they are providing housing and food and all that kind of thing while you're out of town.
Tell us the benefits of being, because while she's doing this, and she's auditioning, and she's cabareting, and she's acting, she's also coaching. So tell us the benefits of being nomadic. I mean, so that you don't have the roots.
Right. It is a different sense of roots. I definitely orient myself to people and keeping strong connections to people instead of orienting myself to a particular geography the way a lot of people would. So home for me is a gathering of certain kinds of people, certain particular people, instead of home is like this building.
Right.
Not this building,
an
but
address.
An address.
Yeah.
So there is that. Another benefit to being a nomad is that I live with all different kinds of people in all different kinds of places. So I really can be a student of human behavior. You see how people deal with all different things, and you see how people in other parts of the country view things and can really understand the world from their point of view. which has been great.
We have a tendency, and I will not speak for all New Yorkers, we have a tendency to know what the East Coast is doing and what the West Coast is doing. And in between, it's like, oh yeah, there are people there.
Yes,
it's like,
there are.
But I think we'd be amazed, because when I go home to Maryland, I'm always amazed. It's like how the other people are thinking. It's like it's not always like us, and that's a great experience. Yeah,
it is. It's great because I'm not so much just being a tourist. I'm staying for a while and really getting to know what they think and how they see the world. And anyone you talk to is not going to be representative of the entire town, but you do get a sense of how things are different and how it really makes sense to them because of their context.
Right, right. And so the way I think I posted on Facebook this morning was that's what got us all together,
right?
And it's like, and I said she does daily discoveries, and so it's like we can get stuck in a rut, and I think by what you're doing now, I'm not sure if I could say, oh, I would never give up my apartment. So landlord, stop salivating. You're not having my apartment, but I think I can see the benefit, because it's like the discoveries that you are free to make all around the country.
Right.
Does it get old?
There are moments that it's like, oh, I'm moving again. So that does get old. I am kind of fascinated with how to pack the most efficiently and like travel-sized things and all of that. So that bodes well for my lifestyle. And so that's good. But it's also good just to be everywhere. I am never really on autopilot. When I leave here and get on the subway, I have to think about where I'm going.
Yes.
You don't just be like, oh, I live at this stop. Although I will say I lived in Union Square for 6 years, and I do still run a lot of my errands there because all my places are there, and I know it.
Yeah, Upper West Side is where my first job was when I came to New York. All my doctors are there. It's like it works
so you
good.
Just stay. Yeah.
It's like you create communities and families wherever you go, and that's kind of good. Is this indefinite? Are you doing this forever and ever?
Well, probably not forever. I mean, who knows? But I see it.
If you're looking for an apartment, maybe, yeah.
Who has an apartment?
Yeah, there's a website at the bottom. Get in touch with us. Yes.
Part of why I wrote it is I feel like this chapter is coming to a close in the next year or so. I haven't sat down with a really solid plan about that, but I have some vague ideas, and in 2013, it's going to change.
So what are they going to find in this book?
I talk about it like it's chicken soup for the soul, little stories that help you focus, be a better person, reach goals, but not like chicken soup for the soul in that they're all real stories of things that happened to me.
Her tagline is travel-size life coaching for journeys of all sorts.
All sorts.
So that should give you an idea. And there was there's just one chapter that stuck in mind is belonging and belongings. And it's like, okay. And this is just like a series of perspectives and writings and views. And
a lot of it started as blog posts, and a lot of people follow my blog. It's urbannomadusa.com, if I can put that out there.
Sure.
And I collected a lot of the favorite blog posts into the book, so you don't have to scroll through the whole archive to see all this. The belonging and belongings came about because a lot of people think they live where their stuff is.
Yeah, I do, and I have trouble leaving my stuff. I'm so comfortable where I live.
So who are you? Are you your stuff, or are you you?
I don't know.
Read the book.
All right, I guess so. Yeah, it's like, it's funny. Traveling is not fun for me. It's like I'm so comfortable where I am. It's do I need my stuff? Probably, but yeah, that I'm going to read the book, absolutely, and I guess that's why that one stuck with me, because it's like, it's I had a decision to make this weekend, and it was like I chose not to travel, and it was like, what am I giving up, and what am I cherishing? So I don't know. I'll have to see. But yeah, so that's interesting. Well, this is Finnish. It looks like it would be a fantastic read, and you could do it quickly. Is there an Urban Nomad USA 2 in the forefront, or in the back burner, or somewhere around in between?
Yeah, in the oven. No. Somewhere in the kitchen.
Yeah, somewhere. I don't know why we're doing kitchen analogies, but okay.
I think the next book would be called something completely different, and it hasn't taken form yet. But what the blog has been transitioning toward is change makers. People who create change that affects between 2 and 200 other people. So that could be change just within your family or whoever you live with, change in your school, your church, your community. Maybe you are a leader and you are affecting the lives of 200 or more people. But mostly, a lot of people create change for very small groups of people. And a lot of people have great ideas of how to make their world a better place, and they just don't know how to make change. So I will tell them.
We were trying to come up with an explanation of what you do.
Right.
And so we sort of came up with, she's a person who helps people help people. That's kind of cool. And then also changing the world one group at a time.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Change Makers. She's got some interesting workshops coming up in January, sort of based on this. But first tell us, how did you get into coaching? And then we'll talk about
how do we land here?
What are we doing in this studio room?
Right.
Yes.
I was working in a couple large churches in Minnesota, and I was working with the youth in the church, but found that more and more I was working with the adult volunteers who worked with the youth. Just as a kind of a management thing. When there's hundreds of kids, you can't know them all, so you work with the adults and they know the kids. So I just was really liking training and supporting and helping those people grow in their leadership. So I got another master's at NYU. That's what brought me to New York. In organizational psychology, and within that field is corporate training and some things I've done, but also it includes executive coaching. So I learned about executive coaching, and I've done a very tiny bit of it, but life coaching just had a broader umbrella, and it fit me more because I really love the whole system and how it's all working together for people.
So you really wanted to mobilize and organize and all of that. The adults, not necessarily the kids. You wanted, and then they can go ahead and take care of the kids and make a change there.
Right. And in that way, I mean, they're making a change for 6 kids.
Yeah.
You know, those adults. And, you know, other people I coach, it depends on kind of, you know, I have a business owner, and then she's affecting all the people that she works with.
Absolutely.
I have a stay-at-home mom affecting the 3 people in her house, but that matters a lot to those 3 people.
You know what, that's interesting, because the business owner is the trickle down,
yes,
and the mom is the trickle up. So it's like, and if
we're trickling both ways.
Ideally, in the middle, everything will come together. That's really kind of fascinating. So what kind of groups do you work with? If you're going to be helping people help people.
So, I mean, it lends itself to nonprofits, of course. So, you know.
And we love nonprofits,
yes.
definitely.
So they are already set up to help people. It also lends itself, I have worked with a lot of people in churches, so it's a particular niche. You know, I don't only work with people in churches, but I do have a lot of connections in that world, so it lends itself to that.
Now, if a church was going to, who would contact you? If a church was going to start a program, would they contact you and go, Dawn,
right,
I'm not sure how to get this going?
Yes.
That would be?
There'd be a couple things. One of the leaders, the youth worker, the pastor, the volunteer coordinator may contact me about how to get some new things going.
Okay.
And then I could work with them as a leader of change, and that might be anything from setting the vision so they know exactly where they're going, and then making all the steps to get there.
Okay,
great. It could include, what are you personally doing? You know, do you believe in the change? Are you feeling ready to lead a change as a human?
So you would work with the leaders individually and the groups also.
Right. So if somebody wants their whole group to be familiar with the process of change, I have this goals workshop. I do have a particularly Lutheran version and then kind of a everybody version.
You can clean that up if
necessary.
Can
clean it up. I can make it Catholic probably or something else. I don't know. I haven't tried.
What the heck? Yeah.
But it's a goals workshop, so in 90 minutes, every person has made an action plan to get to a goal in the next 7 days. And I have it be very immediate, just to force them to learn the process in a very concrete amount of time. But then once I've done it for a group, that means their entire group all knows how to follow an action plan, and then you go, okay, what now could we do? So I lead this 90-minute workshop, and of course,
and that's it, a one-stop?
One-stop shop.
Wow. And
Just
then after that, everybody's ready to make a goal and get it done in 7 days.
Well, yes. By the end of the workshop, they all know how to reach that one goal.
Wow.
And then it would be up to me talking with the leader, or the leader just feeling like they could do this, of getting people then to do a 1 month goal, or how do we have all our goals work together? How do we have all the goals lead into the organizational goal?
Fantastic. Now, is that an on-demand workshop? I mean, if somebody calls you and goes, "Oh my God, I need a goal."
I need a goal. That happens all the time.
Really?
People just call. They don't even say hello.
Really?
I need a goal.
Help me. So, could they find out more about that on your website?
They could. So
Let's tell them your website.
Yes. So an easy way to get in, and then you can surf from there, is urbannomadusa.com. I also have dawntrautman.com, and then people spell my name wrong. It's a whole mess, but it is there on the screen. So Dawn Trautman, TRAUTMAN.com.
And if you don't have pen and pencil, you can see that ICF is on the bottom, and you can get in touch with me, and I will tell you how to find her. Yes,
whatever.
Yes.
So I am doing them primarily. I'm booking in January right now. So
is this the goals or the change
goals.
making? Oh,
Yeah.
Is it that one and the same, goals and
Yes.
change?
So I'm working with individual change makers. I'm working with groups, how to set goals. And we didn't even mention that I do the goals workshop as a cabaret. So there's show tunes.
We were going to get into cabaret, and yes, like I said,
Yes.
we're going to try to tie it all together because she has. So we're going to give her credit on that. But okay, we're going. We're going there next.
Great.
Trust me. But tell me a little bit about what's going on in January. Is this the first time you've done this?
I have done the goals
group?
workshop.
Yeah.
A few times, kind of have it down to somewhat of a science. And I've done the Lutheran Life Coach Cabaret, so now I've sort of put them all together. The Urban Nomad Life Coach.
Lutheran Life Coach Cabaret.
I know.
Okay, so
There's so much going on.
There is. It's like,
pay attention.
Yes, please. take notes. So, okay, where are you going to be doing them in January?
I'm booking them right now in the Mountain Time Zone and the Pacific Time Zone. So not here.
To us, that means west, and not
That
quite
means
so
west.
west. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but not Midwest.
Not Midwest.
That's Central Time.
Yes.
So that's for January. October and February, I'm kind of talking, October's really soon, but if you want this to happen right away and you already have a meeting
October
planned,
is here.
I'm in. So I can work with people and work around their schedules.
Well, I think if you're learning nothing else, you're learning that Dawn is one flexible and very excited about what she's doing. And both of those are fantastic goals. So
Thank you.
all right, so you're going to be doing the change makers or goal setting.
Yes.
It's not goal setting; it's goal.
Well, it's how to make an action plan to reach a goal.
And just goal execution, I guess.
Yeah.
It's really how to get there and
Yes.
get it done.
And the other thing, if I can jump in,
Yes.
for the
Yes,
change maker,
you're allowed to talk.
Well, whatever. Interrupting, I can't interrupt.
Me too.
I need it, permission.
No.
The other thing with change makers, if people are not at a place in their change process that they need one-on-one coaching from me, I also have a private online community of change makers. So this is something with a
Tell us a little bit about that. That's fascinating. Yeah.
So I just run it on Facebook as a completely private group, and it's just $10 a month. So if you use it a lot one month and then you don't the next month, whatever, it's
Really?
$10.
Yeah.
But it is a gathering of people that are creating positive, sustainable change. So this is people really making their world a better place, not people trying to get rich quick or different other goals, So positive changes, and every day there's a new thing on there that the group discusses, and you could jump in or just read it or not. So it's articles from Harvard Business Review or New York Times or whatever about change and how to do it well, and people jump in with their opinion or how it helped them. So there's a new thing every day to discuss. There's some things about what it takes to lead change and who you need to be.
Okay.
And then there's also people who just post, I want to work on this and I need a little feedback on this, and someone else will say, well, I'm an expert on that exact thing. Let's talk.
That always works nicely.
Yeah, so it's not to take advantage of people's expertise, but to connect them really.
Well, now, is this a once a week meeting? Is it obviously you discuss it online on a daily basis?
Right.
Do you ever? Is it telephone or?
We haven't, but I'm thinking
it's
of
all
doing
online.
that. It is all
Okay.
online.
Oh, okay.
So it just posts in the morning, and you can go on any time of the day or night and jump into the conversation.
And the resources are there.
Yep, and you could look through the past You know, if
Oh,
you're looking,
okay.
it is, it's just random. It's not organized. I do also do e-courses, and more
Okay.
of those will be launching soon. But the e-courses are organized. You know, in
Yeah.
4 weeks you'll learn this, and those, you know.
That she's using that organizational
Yes,
masters.
yes.
Yes.
But this is just random change, positive things about the world.
And who are your group members? I mean, not by
Yeah.
name, but
No, I understand.
it's like. But I mean, who would want to be a
Right.
part of this?
I have a few leaders of churches. I have quite a group of stay-at-home moms.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, like they really are, you know, they've been to college and they're really, you know, useful to the world, and that have really made a life choice to be home for a while, but they want these like things to think about during nap time
Great.
that are, you know, they
great.
want to dig in, they want to be in that conversation, and, you know, so insightful and great.
Wow.
So they are in there. I have a few small business owners who, you know, are affecting who they affect and creating.
fantastic.
Yeah, you know, if they can create, you know, a philanthropic arm of their business, and how do you make that happen? That's been good.
Fantastic. So, okay, as long as we're directing them to your website,
Thank you.
let's tell them what they can get for free off your website. Yes.
Yes. Yay.
Because
Well-
I'm going there after the show. Yes.
well, good.
yes.
So much wisdom. That's what you can get.
Yeah. And.
And I have a free download. So when you create change with nonprofits and churches and families and schools, you know, on that level, you often are dealing with communities, you're dealing with volunteers, you're dealing with people who may or may not be into the change.
A mishmash of all kinds
Yes.
of people. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some people are going to get on board right away, and some people are going to say, I like the way it is. You know, let's not do that. So the free download right now is what to say to the person who says, we've never done it that way before.
Or it's always been this way.
Right.
This is how we always do it.
Right, and it
Yes.
has to be this way. So dealing with them with compassion and connecting with their humanity, and also finding a way to still move forward. If you truly believe this change is good and serves everyone, you still need to honor that person. So that's what the free download is. It'll get you also on the, you know, the blog, which comes out about twice a week and has things about change and change management.
That would be, I'm sure that would be helpful not only for people who work with businesses and groups, but it's like also for people with their individual clients. Because
Absolutely.
It's like, even though they may not voice it, it's always been this way. You can feel that resistance.
Yes.
So that'll be fantastic. Thank you so
So
much
general
for that.
overcoming resistance. Everybody download it. Let me know what you think. Reply on the when the email comes.
Edit it if you have to.
Yeah, send it back. Let me know. I'll give you a
It's a work in
byline.
progress. Everything is
It
a work
is.
in progress. All right, let's get to the cabaret because not, and this is the most bizarre thing, and it just, but it works so well. Dawn is also a cabaret performer. Tell us a little bit about that, and then how you
Yes.
mixed in coaching with it, which
Well, I
is
do need to
fascinating.
say, because people are watching this in New York, you know that people do cabarets all the time. I found that when I'm outside New York, people think cabaret means burlesque. And that's
Oh,
not what I
really?
do.
For those of you watching on the internet in the Midwest,
Right?
no,
It's not. But
It's
I mean,
not burlesque.
thank God someone asked me so that I realized that the word cabaret does not translate. So it's
Well,
not
you
like
know,
the movie.
you know why? Because it's the movie. That's,
Yeah,
it's
the movie.
Liza Minnelli, and
Yeah.
that was burlesque, sort
Right.
of. And yeah,
Right.
and-
So what I'm like singing happy little show tunes, you know. But when I was thinking about the book, here's the book in case you forgot. I thought, how should I do this book release party? And then I thought it needs to be a cabaret. So it was the Urban Nomad Life Coach Cabaret. So I would read passages of the book and then sing a show tune that relates to that passage. And when I had the idea, I thought, maybe I shouldn't put this out there. Like, don't put it on Facebook or Twitter until you really have the idea together. And then I thought, nobody else is going to do this. Like, no,
you
it's
have
not
no
possible.
competition.
Right.
No, nobody's out there going, "What was my next cabaret act going to be about
Right.
coaching?"
Right.
But for those of you, and seriously, I review cabaret for Electronic Link Journey, but so I happen to know
So
about
you
that.
know.
Yeah, I do. But I think before I came to New York, it was like I wasn't really sure. It was something a little bizarre, but
Yeah.
it's going and singing and
Yes.
presenting a show and those who are cabaret followers, you have loyal followers. They go everywhere, and it's an art that is coming back, because I think during the economy, the crash, it was like, okay, so. But to combine coaching, give us an example how you did that. Just so if there's someone out there who's who has a totally what they think is an unrelated career, how maybe the two can, because if you can do cabaret coaching,
cabaret
you can
coaching.
pretty much do anything. I'm sure about that.
Well, I do start out the whole cabaret. Well, first of all, to back up, as you know, cabarets each kind of have a theme, you know, so they might pick a lot of songs about a particular topic. So my theme is reaching your goal, you know, so that's the theme of the cabaret. So I start out the cabaret saying, when you heard that I was a life coach, a lot of people come expecting all sunshine and roses. So I'm going to give you a big dose of happy just to start out. And then I sing 5 of the happiest show tunes ever in a medley, straight through. And then we get into the real work.
And most cabaret is like a little dark, you know, there's a lot of torches and crooning and lamenting lost loves.
Right.
So to start it out with sunshine and lollipops is a bit different, but that's good. That's like, that sets the mood.
Yes.
And then you just go into it and it's still about change and goals and things like that.
So I do have a handout. Everybody gets a handout, and I actually have them also for school age. You have to be able to read. You have to be that old.
That's the requirement.
But you know, because it's just harder for little kids to do. But there's a handout, and so I'm kind of talking people through a change process, and everybody gets a lot of Post-its, and that's a part of it. So what's more fun than Post-its?
Oh, Post-its are just.
I know.
The end.
That's why.
We missed the first one, obviously.
Yes.
Is there another one in the works?
I should do another one in New York.
You should, absolutely.
Once you're on my email list, I will announce it there.
You can keep track. I definitely want to know, because I think that's just so fascinating, and what a great idea to combine one of your careers, because you have so many, with the coaching, and to give it all a theme, which is
and I love that's how you started, how we both have lives where all these crazy things come together, and it finally does come together. So it has.
Oh, finally, this is making sense. I just my theory is I'm at the age now where I want to have fun, whatever I do, you know, and it's like, so that's what I've been doing, but it's like, this is not good for your resume, but it turned out it is good for my resume. It's like, I'm having fun and I'm doing what I want to do. We have less than a minute left, I believe that. So I do want you to give and I would do it for you, but I always mess up websites, so give your website, please.
Go to
whichever one.
urbannomadusa.com.
Okay, and that's NOMAD, just in case you don't know how to spell that, the U.S. And there you can find whatever Dawn's up to. And we just don't know. I'm sure it changes on a daily basis.
There's little reels. You can see me tap dance if you'd rather watch that. It's all there.
It's whatever. And you can what I want to go for is to find out what she's into next, because I know it'll be something, and it'll be creative.
No telling.
And you can also check out the book. That'll give you an idea of where she's been and maybe where she's going. That might be a clue. I really want to thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Great that we finally actually got to do this. It seems like it was so long ago, but it was serendipity and it was meant to be. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.